Hi everybody, my name is Sarah, Pearls of Wisdom and Food. Shh! I have a secret for you. I am wearing, for the first time in my 65 years, white pants before Labor Day. Shh! Don't let that out. And if you do, I know where it came from. And I'll have them visit your door too and find you in a fashion police moment. Whew! Don't even try. I just felt like doing it today. And I am not wearing my regular work perfume. I'm wearing a different one, so I must be feeling kind of frisky. Now, today's topic is not frisky. Today's topic is flawed strategies. Okay, what is a flawed strategy? A flawed strategy is something that you have created that seems to work in your life. Sarah in a SmackDown would call it some people buying your own BS. But we'll call it politically correct flawed strategies. This means that you will always seek to find an audience that will see that you are a victim with the last plan that didn't work. Because you tried everything. You really did. And it didn't work again. Well, this is perfect because you'll still get attention. And sometimes it's just the attention we want, not the achievement or the accomplishment of maybe losing the weight, maybe getting healthy and making our labs have better numbers than before for the next annual visit, or looking better, having more energy, sleeping better, digesting food better, not being constipated. So if we have a flawed strategy and we're using it and you're a grown-up woman, or at least year-wise you're grown up, trust me, flawed strategies end up not working. Certain people will get tired of hearing that something didn't work for you, even if it's worked for many, many others. So, big girl panties, we don't want to have the flawed strategy campaign. Now, I know some people have had flawed strategies that work with a group of people. They listen, they sympathize, they empathize, they do the tea and sympathy thing because it's the first time they've heard it. And then this person trots off and does another food program. And guess what? There's another flawed part about that program too. And this is not meant to target anybody. I'm talking about flawed strategies that we've all done in our own life. I know one person that believes that exercise is the only way to lose weight. And experts will tell you it's 80 to 90% food and 10% exercise. One of my gal pals has a daughter in her 30s who runs marathons, the Boston Marathon, so you know the training that goes into that. And then she does marathons all through the year, half marathons here and there all through the year. So she's always training. Well, guess what? She's beginning to gain weight. She's in her mid-30s. So even exercising all that time is not giving her what she might have had a few years ago. It's turning into a flawed strategy. Crash diets, they might have worked in your 20s or your teens or maybe into your early 30s, but then they stop working because your body rebels and it begins to store what little you eat. That's a flawed strategy as well. So, sometimes we need an audience for our flawed strategy. Sometimes we need our own lack of proof, lack of evidence, proof of failure to keep our flawed strategy going in our head. Sometimes we even choose to self-sabotage because the flawed strategy works so well. And then if it fails and it's flawed, well, then we can just eat again until the next right thing comes along. It's hurting you, and it hurts those of us around you that are watching. We want to see you succeed. We want you to stick and stay with something that is healthy, that will work for you. We've all seen those videos, and if not, get to your YouTube and put in, what happens when people keep yo-yo dieting. We know. It's not good. It's not pretty, especially as we get older. When our metabolisms slow down and our body is already yo-yoed enough times so it doesn't want to play anymore, we don't want that. That's a flawed strategy. Instant, quick weight loss, be it a pill, be it a liquid, those things will work in the short term, but not in the long term. Always look for that tortoise in the race. The bunny or the coyote might get there before him and do circles around him and taunt him as he's slowly plodding along. But he might just win the race, slow and steady. Hoagie Carmichael said it, slow and steady wins the race. So, be aware, or try to get aware, or ask other people, do you see me doing the same thing that's not working anymore and yet I think it will? Do you notice that I have a flawed strategy? Sometimes other people can see it before we can. That's the human factor, right? Because we can't see what's right in front of us that we're doing every single day. It's our duh moment, or with Oprah, it's our aha moment. Either way, however you get to understanding your flawed strategy no longer works is key. It really is. It's key to understanding yourself, because our food disease, addiction, overeating, whatever you want to call it, is here. It's here. It manifests down here, right? So, work on understanding or investigating if you have a flawed strategy. Maybe talk to somebody that you trust, another foodie that might get it, that might have already been through investigating their own flawed strategy. I mean, I could turn this around and show you all the books I have on all the things that were my flawed strategy. I was going to find that book, darn it, that was going to support my flawed strategy, because I needed proof that it was going to work. It didn't. I found another book online at Amazon. I was reading enough reviews. I hit submit. Be it a food plan or something else in my life. But with food, it's an ever, ever, ever going on thing, because we have to continue eating. So trust that there might be a flawed strategy in your life that's holding you back. Imagine you are holding yourself back. Nobody else is. Nobody is buying a cake and putting it in front of you and saying you must eat at least half of this before you get up and leave the table. Your food addict might be saying it, but chances are there's no other human being that's going to be doing that to you. This is not a torture chamber. This is what we do to ourselves. We have a flawed strategy. It could be deep, deep, deep. I see it all the time working with addiction. So, take a little look. Take a little look in the mirror and say, have I got a flawed strategy? Or ask your bestie, am I doing something that I can't see? Is there a way that you could shine your light on my problem and tell me, what do you see? You may be amazed, and you may get a new freedom that you haven't enjoyed in your food journey thus far. Trust the process, trust your bestie, and if you're having trouble seeing something like a flawed strategy, turn and ask somebody else that might have been witnessing it and only praying for the moment that you turned to them and said, what do I keep doing wrong? Help me see it. This has been Sarah, Pearls of Wisdom and Food, wearing white before Labor Day. Bye-bye for now.